Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the Gift of Gaming podcast after a week's absence. That right, I was almost sick, but I made it. And here we are to go again. This week, it's all about the summer of announcements. What's up? It's me, your host, Darren Wadham. Today, I'm joined by the news crew extraordinaire to, I guess, talk about news, but not in the traditional format. It's the console-hating, PC-playing, lore-seeking, full-time Canadian himself, Chris Robbins. Chris.
Yeah, how's it going? We're just picking up the content, trying to strike while the iron's hot.
Absolutely. And
Although
Luke,
we're a week late.
we are a week late because I was almost sick. And Luke, are you currently invested in Games Pass?
No.
Then it is the artist formerly known as Mr. Xbox Games Pass himself, Luke Maycock. Luke, welcome aboard.
Maybe next week. Yeah, we're striking while the iron is lukewarm.
Lukewarm, yeah. We like lukewarm irons. Before we get into it, fellas, how are we? How's our gaming been?
Game's been good. I'm back into a little bit of Dark Souls 3 and a lot of Elden Ring lately.
Night Rain?
No, I'm done with Night Rain because I played the absolute shit out of it. I beat every boss with my buddy. We were in trios. I beat every boss with one class as a part of a team, and then I soloed every boss as another class, and I couldn't pick it back up after that.
That seems like you got your money's worth.
Yeah, and I tried to do another solo run with another class, and it just wasn't the same. It was very difficult. It was way too difficult for me with that class. So,
Luke, what about you?
Yeah, I've been. It's actually been quiet on the video games front for me lately. Like I said, I gave up Games Pass just because money's not there for it at the moment. But maybe in a week or two I'll pick it up. So I'm not playing Clair Obscura anymore. Was playing that.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No, I didn't.
That's unfortunate.
I was gonna try and just binge through the end of it, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna force myself to get stuck into it. So I'll finish that when I get Game Pass back. And then I gave up on Disco Elysium on the Switch because it crashes at least twice or three times every time I play it, which is such a shame because it's the kind of game you do a lot of checks in it. And so what happened to me quite regularly was I'd do a check, pass a check, be happy with the result. Then the game would crash. I'd load it back up and fail the check. And I just have to keep going. So I got sick of that. So I'm going to switch over to playing that on the Steam Deck because I have it in my Steam library.
Is it cross-save?
No, it's not cross-save, but I have to start a new game.
Okay, yeah.
Which isn't a problem with that kind of game because there's a lot of replayability, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer though because I had committed to kind of developing the sort of character I wanted to develop, so I'll just have to remake all those choices again. And
you kind of create your own narrative in a way with games
100%.
like that. Like you've got your own story within the story, which I always like.
Yeah.
So that's a pity. That is a bummer.
Yeah, a bit of a bummer games-wise.
I never played it, but what I'm envisioning in my head isn't that demanding of a game. So I'm Switch just can't handle it.
Yeah, no, the Switch. I thought the exact same. I was like, this is you can make this a very graphically simple game because it's often quite zoomed out. You don't have to go for a lot of details in the houses, but just would spontaneously crash so frequently, which it's such a momentum killer. When you're trying to get into a game and trying to it's like a murder mystery investigator. So that's a big momentum killer. So I'm actually just not playing a lot of games at the moment, but I'll get back into it in due course, I'd say, especially with all the exciting announcements.
Oh, yeah, right, which is what we're going to get into. I, on the other hand, Chris, did beat Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the chat. I didn't listen to the episode, though, because I do plan on playing it one day, and I don't want any sort of spoilers.
Me and Craig were quite good in that we did 40 minutes of talking about the good parts of the gameplay.
Craig and Kev.
Kev couldn't make it, so it was just myself and Craig in the end. But we avoided spoilers. We did 40 minutes of a show with just our review, spoiler free, and then the last 10 to 15 minutes we just kind of went through what we thought of. And we hadn't even finished it. Neither of us had finished it by then, but we were at the last act, or the last kind of dungeon, essentially. We were just doing endgame stuff before we did the final dungeon. Unbelievable fucking game. Unbelievable game. Up there, and I'd say it's definitely in my top 5 games. Right at this moment, if I were to sit down and really think of my top 5, I still think it would make it in there and probably be quite high up.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Definitely my game of the year, without a shadow of a doubt. I can't think of anything that's going to come out this year that would possibly beat
Split
it.
Fiction is definitely on that list.
So
none of us have played Split Fiction.
I have.
Luke, you played it with Niall.
I'm playing it with Niall. Yeah. It's not my favorite game in the world.
Was it?
It's not game of the year.
No?
No.
Was it worse than It Takes Two?
I never played any of their other games. I just watched playthroughs of them. I think It Takes Two is a bit more charming, and No Way or A Way Out. What's the
A
other
Way
one?
Out is the prison one, yeah.
Yeah, that was that was also like not great IMO. It looked really fun to play, but just watching it wasn't very fun. But Split Fiction is like, I don't know what it is about. It just doesn't capture me that the way the others might have. Feels a bit forced, or the story feels a bit ham-fisted, and then the actual narrative is so on the nose because it's a story about like these authors having their work stolen by this evil publisher, and it's published by EA. I'm just like,
all right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Self-awareness there, guys. Yeah. Go for that.
I'm not. It's not my favorite game. I have fun with it, and the way the format of the game changes so quickly can be like really fun at times. There are some levels that are just like 10 out of 10, like really fun experiences, and then you'll play like the next stage and it'll just be a really boring like interpretation of some game, and there's lots of nods to like other games.
Well, that was like It Takes Two.
Yeah. Also,
It Takes Two had like a bit of a deep meaning in that, like what the story was based on was like, you know, man and woman going through a tough time in their marriage, all that kind of stuff. So I think it kind of had a bit of a deeper sense of self than the likes of maybe Split Fiction seems to have.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to comment on anything because I haven't played it yet, but judging on how much I enjoyed the first one, if this is kind of like an evolution of that.
Did you ever play A Way Out, the prison one?
No, I didn't. No.
The two characters at the start of this one don't know each other at all. They're just kind of forced together, and they're very opposing personalities. And the arc of the story is how they grow together over time. But it's yeah. I won't go into it now.
My biggest gripe, Luke, is why you can't like both fantasy and sci-fi.
I know.
Just get along, like, you know.
It was so strange. It's such a strange thrust of it. Anyway, we won't go into it too much.
We have a ton of games to cover and a brief overview. I'm assuming you guys watched. We got in the beginning of June the PlayStation State of Play. Then we got the following week, or that weekend, we got Summer Games Fest with Jeff Keighley. And the weekend after Summer Games Fest, we got the Xbox Showcase. Did you guys watch them all? I know we're a little bit out from them now, but did you watch all three?
I didn't watch the PlayStation
I only watched one live.
We watched Summer Games Fest together, and that was...
Thanks for clarifying that for me, because Chris is spacey right now.
You were here, Chris?
I was here.
We were here in this room. We all watched it together.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm a little on the tired side right now.
That's A-okay. I think we'll go through State of Play. Luke, you hadn't watched it, but I'd gone through it, and I guess... Having watched all three, if I were to put them in a ranking system of what I thought kind of excited me the most, what looked the best, it would be Xbox Showcase, PlayStation State of Play, Summer Game Fest.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
Crazy. PlayStation is number one for me.
Oh, interesting.
But
Okay, good.
It's literally for one reason, and we'll get into it when we get there. And then, the other two were just like Xbox. I don't know. Well, we'll talk about them. I would say PlayStation, Xbox, and Summer's Games Fest for me.
Yeah, sweet. So we'll go to State of Play first. It was the first one that released. So I have here kind of a list of the games that came out on it, and if there's anything that you want to talk about, Chris, we talk about it. Luke, if there's anything you're curious about in terms of as we're talking about it, let me know. In no particular order, we got new levels coming to Astrobot. I was delighted to see that.
Very good.
Is that free update?
The other updates have been free, so I'm assuming it is free. I'm going to check here if it says anything. Doesn't say free.
They're going
or
for that labor
cost.
of love nomination this year.
And I hope they get it, because Astrobot was a weird one for me. I played that. It won Game of the Year last year. I was hoping Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would have gotten it, but I wasn't disappointed at all that Astrobot got it. I really, really had a great time playing that game. But yes, if all the speedrun levels were great, and then these extra levels, they'd be good fun, so I'm in. Next game that was announced was Baby Steps. And Chris, just for a reminder, Baby Steps is the one where you have to, the guy who has to, you have to make him walk. Like, you know, he's the...
Oh,
like
shit, yeah.
So,
I'm not going to lie, this is... Well, you've seen some of the fucking games I have on my Steam Deck. With fucking mountain your friends and shit.
Let's be right up your street. I'm not quite sure what the whole point of the game is, but I think the guy really needs to use the loo or something, and it's a constant journey to find a toilet or a portaloo, I think. I'm not quite sure, but the whole thing is you control... It's very much you're using analog sticks and motion stuff to control the character Nate. You're controlling his legs and make him walk. It seems like there's really interesting characters, a lot of humor. I watch this being like... I don't know if I'd buy it, but I'd probably watch people play it.
I'd probably buy it on sale for like 80% off, but it's also one of those games that I never imagined would get featured in one of this. So it just kind of like a sign that like, oh, the well's a little dry right now.
We've got baby steps in here. Like, we then got Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement, which is a 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG. Kind of has like Castlevania vibes.
Yep. This is the third. I think it's the third in the series.
It didn't do a whole lot for me. I kind of saw, but then again,
the first Bloodstained. Well, people have just, they're really staying over the Bloodstained series. My opinion, the first one is the best looking and the funnest to play, just because it really emulates the like NES version of Castlevania.
Nice,
like the
okay.
old school like pixels, and then 2 kind of went into a more Symphony of the Night direction, but like with 3D models, and it just I don't know.
I think listen to this one. The storyline of the characters and the characters just weren't again. But I'm not into that. I'm not into the kind of Castlevania, Bloodborne, Souls, Gothic, medieval, grim.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I think that's where we differ. The next one we got was Karn, which is the kind of survival climbing game. I don't know. I think you might have seen something like on it before, because this wasn't the first time it's been shown. But it looks like a neat game. You're just kind of essentially a mountain climber trying to climb various mountains, and you meet other climbers. And I think there's probably quite a wholesome story behind it all.
Oh yeah.
Coming out this year, November 5th.
Oh, I'm looking at pictures of it here. That it looks gorgeous. Yeah, I think I might have seen something about this before, but that looks great.
It was cool. It announced on State of Play with a demo that was available on the day. So there's a demo online,
sick.
which I actually, now that I've been reading this and reminded myself, I'll probably give that demo a shot, because it's been something I've been like a little bit intrigued by. Then we got a Digimon story, Time Stranger. I have zero interest in this.
How is Digimon making a resurgence?
I don't know.
Who's asking for this?
Well, they're probably looking at the massive hole the Pokemon is leaving in the video game world, because the
and
Pokemon
then they
games
like
are bad.
Power World comes in and just like everyone just gets obsessed, and like
Digimon
maybe
had a-
Digimon's just like, oh, we could get in here.
Yeah.
No, Digimon had a really successful game there a couple of years ago. Digimon was called Survive. It was an RPG. Sorry, I'll look this up really quickly. But yeah, Digimon has had a lot of successful. Digimon, like historically, has had a lot of really good games. But recently as well, the studio that did Digimon.
Hopefully, stop getting overshadowed by Pokemon. Game Freak is in here somewhere too.
Oh wait, yeah, I've highlighted Game Freak. We'll get there when we get there. That's kind of like my biggest thing I was most looking forward to talking about. Wow. But look, if you don't mind, while you're looking that up, I'll keep going. Then we got Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, and I think for me, this game has a special guest appearance by Pac-Man, and I think.
Oh, I thought you said like Hot Shots isn't. Did you ever see the?
Oh, the movie with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, so good. He fires the chicken. Anyways, continue on.
Again, not doing a whole lot for me. We're all big into Switch sports, golf, essentially, and I don't know if I could really turn to any other golf game after that.
Golf with Friends. Actually, Golf with Friends 2 got announced sometime during this whole.
Oh, I did see something about Golf with Friends too. You reckon?
But
okay.
yeah, but it's not like the golf you guys. You guys play the
motion
virtual,
control.
Yeah, motion control.
Yeah. I'm assuming this was what you wanted to talk about, Chris, which is the highlight for the PlayStation State of Play.
Well, there was Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah.
Which everyone was like, I mean, people are excited about it, but they were disappointed because they thought this was the last announcement. I was addicted to all the like reactions, so they're just like, oh, come on, they're closing with that. We know what's coming. That wasn't anything special, and then it goes into the trailer for fucking I can't even. Token Souls, Marvel Fighter.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Marvel, I'll bring it up here. Sorry, apologies. It is called Tokon Fighting Souls. It's a Marvel beat 'em up in the style of Marvel versus Capcom. Those kind of.
Oh,
it's a 4v4 tag fighter. A Marvel game. Make it very clear, it's not Marvel versus Capcom, because the first time in like 30 some odd years or close to 30 years, it's a Marvel fighting game not being made by Capcom.
Yeah. It's a PlayStation. It's a PlayStation Studios, I think. With what's the
Arc System Works is what's making it.
Yeah.
So they made like Guilty Gear and like
true,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z and stuff.
Right.
So
yeah. So they're
good
sick.
at anime fighters,
Yeah.
and I think that's the direction that's perfect for like Marvel, because I want them to start going back into like cartoons. Fuck all the live action. It died with RDJ. Just
Let it go.
Yeah.
This looks amazing. Look, it's Japanese in style and art direction. So like Iron Man is kind of like a Gundam-y kind of suit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Captain America.
Captain America looks fucking good.
He's got like a stylish fucking jacket going on and the classic shield look.
Yeah.
But the 4v4 looks manic as hell, and I think they did a deep dive during the announcement where they kind of talked about the development of the game. Yeah, and it was cool because I think it's one of those things where people are like, shit, I can't play. Like it's 4v4. How do I master 4 characters? I think there's 2 ways to play it, where you can play as 4 characters and try and play as 4 characters, or focus on a single sole character, and the other 3 are kind of supports. So whatever way it's built, you can
tag them in for
like,
attacks.
3v3 has been around for the dawn of arcades. That's the dawn of fighting games. Sorry. So I don't think 4 is a stretch. Like people figure out and they'll get like honestly too nutty with it. And like this whole announcement is kind of funny because League of Legends, we've been dying for a tag fighter for 8. Well, the community has. I actually don't like tag fighters, honestly. I know. It's just too much. I don't even want to learn 2 characters. Just give me my fucking just give me Ken, who's remained the same throughout the whole series. That's where I draw the line. But yeah, Riot Games has been working on a League of Legends tag fighter for years now, and it's like people are getting kind of fed up because it's just not getting released, and they're also doing all these closed betas with pros, so the pros keep getting to play, and then like everyone else is like they're just going to smoke us the moment this game is released. And now ArcSys has announced that they're releasing a tag fighter, so everyone's saying the 2XKO, which is the Riot game, is just dead in the water. Like,
I feel bad.
Just doesn't stand a chance now.
And I have to say, it looks amazing. As a Marvel fan as well, with the success of Marvel Rivals and the art style of Marvel Rivals, and the love that people have for the constant drops of new characters, because Marvel's got like a fucking unbelievable roster, essentially. I can see this one going a long way in terms of we only got to see 8 characters because they did a 4v4, so those are the only 8 characters we saw.
Yeah.
But like obscure enough. Well, I say obscure enough. We had like Doctor Doom, Storm, Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, and
Miss Marvel with
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider,
very cool.
Ghost Rider. He looked fucking cool as shit too.
But that's only 8, and like this fucking. Do you know what I mean? There'll be the roster that'll
Storm.
be huge. Storm. We saw.
Is it 2D style?
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5. Are the characters 3D models?
Kind of 3D models, great art style. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but very cartoony.
Yeah.
Cool.
Looks great. Very excited for that. I'll be picking that up, I think.
The problem is it's still a fighting game, and unlike Marvel Rivals, they will charge full price for this, so it's still like it might not do too great. Like they need to like.
I think you'll have like Marvel fans fighting fans, and the Marvel v Capcom hardcore fans probably jumping in on this as well. I think it could probably do quite well. I'd say so. Next we got Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evil East Chronicles remaster.
Oh yeah.
The War of the Lions. I'm excited by this. Ben Starr, who's voicing everybody right now, and I don't mind. I love Ben Starr.
RPG Darling.
RPG Darling. He's, I think, voicing characters in this as well. I love this game. Had it for the PSP. That was the version I played, which was called The War of the Lions, and loved it. Very excited to be able to play this again. It was an incredibly hard game. I never finished it. I found it incredibly difficult.
That seems crazy to me. I've done everything possible in that fucking game.
Great game. Looking forward to a remaster.
Probably my second favorite Final Fantasy.
And I have no qualms with that as a statement.
So good. And the
what's your favorite? 10?
6.
Oh, so you're a 6 guy?
Hard 6, yeah. But I kind of panicked when this came out. I was like, for fuck's sake, so another release of Final Fantasy that I'll never be able to play. But it is coming to PC.
Nice.
So.
Very nice. Yeah, you're in. And all the Final Fantasies eventually are making their way to PC, Chris.
Yeah, they're making it Xbox now too.
Whoa,
but that's
spoilers, Chris.
Spoilers.
Next we got Ghost of Yotai, kind of a little bit of a tease for that. Our main character, looks like they have a wolf companion of some kind as well in this. Interesting. I need to finish Ghost of Tsushima before I get excited about this, but hey, people are excited.
I'm just not excited about either.
That's fair. Hirogami was an origami-inspired 3D action platformer. Looked like a lot of fun. Art style again, art direction looks great. Is it a game I'd play? Probably not, but I think it looks delightful. Now, here's a good one. We got our first look at 007 First Light.
Oh, true. What's that looking like?
I think it looks very good. People have really mixed reviews, but I'm looking at that being like, I think it could be a lot of fun. The trailer looked like it was a lot of fun. It's kind of not your classic suave, very well put together James Bond. It seems like a go-getter, I want to make the 007 mark kind of guy, which is a bit of a fresh...
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, way more Daniel Craig than Pierce Brosnan, I would say, if we're going to go down our James Bond route. But I think it looks great, and I'm interested to see how it plays because it's how do you say Hitman Studios?
Yeah, I don't.
iOS.
Ion.
Does it IO Interactive? So it's IOI. So IO Interactive, I guess. Yeah. I'm interested to see.
They're a very cool studio. Those Hitman games are polished. They're very impressive. Even whether you like them or not, they're great games.
Yeah.
And that probably reflects good. That's going to be a different game.
I played a lot of Hitman 2 as a kid when I was much younger and never played it properly. If you were to walk around the levels that I completed, it was just dead bodies everywhere. It was a case of
full murder hobo.
I completely missed the point of those games when I was younger. The State of Play opened with an interesting game called Luminous Arise. I think Luminous was a previous game, but it seems to be what would you call it? A puzzle bobble, the one where you drop the gems down.
Yeah,
but it's like a music, like a rhythm game.
3D.
Yeah.
Or sorry. What's the word for it? Looking through, you put it on your face. VR,
yes. Yeah.
It took me a bit. I got there. Don't worry.
Chris is coming to life, everybody.
The thing you put on your face.
It says Luminous Horizon includes 30 flow state inducing stages, including lush jungles, oceans, to more electronic frontiers like the bustling streets of Tokyo. I mean, I thought it looked cool. Don't know if it's my kind of game, but delighted for all the people out there who love those.
I might be able to put 20 minutes into that until I get a headache and.
Yeah, I think I'd play it outside of VR. It's not a game I'd do VR in, I don't think. We got an extended trailer look at Metal Gear Solid's Delta Snake Eater.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. Craig has a lot of grievances with this.
What's his basis for...
He thinks it's going to be shit.
Well, sure.
Why wouldn't he?
I've asked him why, and I think he just says because it looks shit or it's just definitely going to play shit. He's no interest in it whatsoever, which is fine. Hey, listen, not everyone's cup of tea. I love Snake Eater. Was my probably most played Metal Gear Solid, and if I can get it a great looking version of it, I'm in.
I think Snake Eater's the one Metal Gear Solid game I haven't really played at all. I played the first mission, and my understanding from that was it was a really tightly made game. I think a lot of the time what happens is when they do remakes and push up the fidelity graphics wise, there's the chance that they miss the whole gameplay side of it. They can make a game look really good, but if they redesign the whole experience and don't nail the balance the same way the studio did the first time, I understand that kind of fear.
Is it not made by the same studio?
I'll see what it says. I think it is still
that being
Konami.
Konami.
Yeah, I think it is still Konami. Apologies for
why
this.
That one? Have they done all of them now?
No, so they haven't remade.
They haven't done the first one, right?
They did.
Well,
for the GameCube.
They did a GameCube called Twin Snakes, which was like a fucking anime action movie. That was great, and
awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if that Twin Snakes comes to the GameCube collection on the Switch too, because I'd fucking definitely upgrade to play that. That was a great one. They never remade. They did a remaster collection recently of 1, 2, and 3, but it's just remastered. They're not remakes. So 2's never seen really a big. Thing, and 4 hasn't been touched. 4 is actually hard to play. You can only really play 4 on the PlayStation 3.
I stopped after 2. I never played another one.
I loved... a lot of people hated Metal Gear Solid 4. I loved Metal Gear Solid 4. I think it was kind of the underrated Metal Gear of the series, but definitely...
It's very
torture porn.
Very convoluted, but I think I'd say worth a play.
yeah. The gameplay was great fun, but story, fucking, you throw it out After that, we got Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection. Collection spelled with a K. I enjoyed that. Again, for the Mortal Kombat fans, I'm delighted for it. Seems to be a massive collection of the Mortal Kombat games. I was never into Mortal Kombat, so this is kind of like a...
I enjoyed them. I played them. I didn't like them more than Street Fighter, but yeah, they were fun. Knocking off heads and ripping out spines and shit. Awesome. Would I pay for a Legacy collection? No.
Fair.
No.
We got Ninja Gaiden 4, Rage Bound.
This looks
fun.
fucking dope.
Yep.
Wait, sorry, is this...
That's the 2D...
This is the 2D one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks so good.
Yeah.
So good. With the just very clean, classic homage art.
Gameplay looks like, as you said, it's just real clean looking. I'd be into that. We got the announcement trailer for Noah 3. Koei Tecmo and developer Team Ninja. Noah, Nioh.
Oh, Neo.
Oh my God, have I been saying it wrong? This
Yeah,
is
it's
my whole
Neo.
life?
Neo 3. Man, this is like the original Souls-like that actually was good. And it's based on an Irish character, an Irish pirate that became a samurai. Like, pretty
Sorry,
sure.
what?
Yeah. Pretty sure this is a real dude. Hold on.
I'm not familiar with this
Google it.
story.
Luke, can you Google a famous Irish pirate samurai?
Can I?
Maybe not a pirate. I might have thrown pirate in there. Irish samurai. Hold on.
I can't believe I'm going to be very disappointed in us, Luke, if we never knew there was a famous
William
Irish.
Adams. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Irish?
Sounds like a Brit to me.
It's a British name if ever I heard one.
Yeah, just another tan.
You get it.
Born. Oh yeah, he was Kingdom of England. Yeah, okay, maybe he's English. I thought I heard.
Chris,
he
way
was
to
Irish.
build me up to break me down.
Yeah, no, I fucked that up.
On a much brighter note, Pragmata exists. We got to see Pragmata in all its polished
It looks
glory.
cool as shit.
It looks cool as shit. A lot of people didn't think this game existed anymore, so I'm delighted we got. And it was a decently long trailer as well, which was quite cool. Gameplay looks cool. Luke, if you don't know, you have a little girl, AI cyborg thing. I'm assuming she's not like a.
And she
girl,
hacks stuff and like she.
Yeah, and
I
she
think
just-
she's like your spell casting.
Yeah,
system.
she hangs out on your
Okay.
shoulder. You're just in a spacesuit in space, and she hangs out on your shoulder, like, and helps you kill guys and hack things. Interesting gameplay loop, it looks like, and decent game. Chris, were you excited at all by Project Defiant when the State of Play showed their new fighting stick controller?
It was sleek looking. It looked. I don't know. Fight sticks, I want it to look a bit more rugged, so I know I'm not going to break it.
Oh, you don't like
when
it to
they're
look
a bit
too clean?
especially when it's PlayStation. It's probably going to be fun. Actually, they're all really expensive, but I buy the knockoff cheap shit.
I thought it was interesting that they did have this because they've announced the PlayStation Studios are doing that Marvel fighting game. Of course, PlayStation bought the
Evo.
Or Sony owns Evo.
Yeah.
So they seem to be like really moving into the fighting
And
community, which is quite cool.
I didn't think the FGC would like maintain momentum after the year of Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter and all that shit, but it seems to just be
still
building
moving.
and building.
Yeah, it's still moving. So that's cool. We got Romeo is a dead man. Did you see this at all, Luke?
Nope.
This seems like it'd be like I guess kind of maybe up your street. It's very weird. I'll read out the little blurb here. No, not that you're weird, but it looks like a fun, interesting game. You're an interesting guy, Luke, and you like fun things. That's what I meant.
Good recovery.
Romeo Stargazer is a man stuck between life and death who chases space-time's most wanted fugitives as FBI special agent Deadman. This newly revealed action title, created by Grasshopper Manufacture, launches on PS5 next year and sees you use guns, swords, and even enemies' own powers against him to battle evil hordes. It's got loads of animation styles in it, and kind of like there's like cell shaded stuff. There's very serious looking graphics. I think he like moves between worlds, and they'll look quite different.
Okay.
But interesting concept for a game. The opening
Sick.
bit for it was quite cool. So that one's worth checking out.
Looks really interesting, yeah.
Then we got Sea of Remnants, which was the
Sea of Thieves?
no, it's the Sea of Remnants. So it's like the puppet-like characters who are all pirates. Don't know if you remember the trailer for that one. It looks like it's quite interesting. I think it's like you've got like 3 or 4 man team possibly, and you just kind of set sail across this world, and you're all puppet characters. I guess maybe more narrative-driven, friendlier graphic version of Sea of Thieves is kind of what I took from that. I'd need to see it and see people playing it to have any idea if it was for me, but from what I saw, I was like, good that it exists, but maybe not my thing. Silent Hill F. We got the new Silent Hill. Launches September 25th. Are you a Silent Hill guy, Chris?
Yeah. Although the latest ones, and when I say latest, I mean like not remakes of the
ladder,
early ones.
the ladder in the series or whatever.
They've been kind of misses. But if they do go back to the roots, especially now with the success of Silent Hill 2 remake, and like people are just like, holy shit, this is great. If they keep that direction in mind, this will be a banger.
Luke, just so you kind of get a feel for for Silent Hill F, the trailer showed Shimizu Hinako's perilous journey as the high schooler's hometown is engulfed in fog and the dangers within will have her fighting for her life. So
Sounds like
The
Silent Hill.
trailer, like watching the trailer, I was thinking God, it's not called Crimson Butterfly. That was just one of the names in the series. There was another horror movie with cameras, horror game.
Raid? A horror game.
Fatal Fury, Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame.
Oh yeah,
I thought this was going to be another Fatal Frame, which wouldn't be too bad.
It had in terms of the very Japanese focus. Yeah, made me think the same. Next we got Sword of the Sea. So Giant Squid is bringing its exhilarating mythic surfing adventure, Sword of the Sea, to PS5 in August this year. The guy has a sword that he uses to attack things, but it's also his little surfing. Kind of had
nice. I was hoping it was going to go in that direction.
Yeah, is it like sand surfing?
It's like sea surfing, sand surfing, general I think like lots of the world is like half pipes. So it's almost like skating. It's very
journey.
Yeah.
Game.
It looks great. I'd be keen to see what that one comes out as price wise. I'd be into it. And then we got what did we get? Tides of Tomorrow, which is a intriguing multiplayer oceanic adventure coming to PS5 February next year. Didn't think a whole lot of this. It seemed to be like noise in the world of multiplayer shooters, I guess. It didn't really do a whole lot for me. And then the last thing we got was Thief VR, A Legacy of Shadow. So the legendary Thief franchise is reimagined for PlayStation VR 2. I thought it looked cool. Not the kind of VR game I want to play, though.
Yeah, fair.
Give me Rogue Squadron or Call of the Mountain, that Horizon game. Both of them have been fantastic on VR.
Sure.
But after that, I'm not too keen. Chris, you loved the PlayStation State of Play. When I say loved, it was your favorite of the three.
Just based on, honestly, the fighting game, really. Silent Hill is kind of a banger, too. I'm always excited because there's the hope that it will be, a good classic Silent Hill. But, yeah, mainly just because I'm not even that excited about it because I'm not a big fan of tag fighters. But the fact that, like, ArcSys is now taking the mantle from Capcom and is making Marvel games, like it just shakes things up. It's
a dream pairing as far as I'm concerned.
And I got so addicted on the reaction videos. I mean, I don't know what you're
Maximilian dude freaking out about it was great.
Yeah, he had a huge pop off, and like pretty much everyone that I watched like compilations of them.
Yeah. It was because people didn't really know what was going on when it first cut. Because you got like it was cool. You got a voiceover of like Iron Man, like goading.
You didn't know it was Iron Man.
Yeah,
he's speaking
like
Japanese
with like subtitles. Like
cool.
Goading a guy to try and take him on in his like armored power suit, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's just a weird Japanese Gundam thing." And then it was
ArcSys, and then the next slide, because the background, all it's showing is like kind of like comic book sketches, but you can't really tell what's going on. And then it goes to like what's clearly Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
Like, our system works, Captain America. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck is
happening? And the next
happening?
thing, a Gundam Iron Man comes out, and you're like, oh, this is good. This looks like it's going to be good.
That's awesome.
What I will do, guys, I'm going to move to the Xbox Showcase because I think we got more enjoyment, I would say, probably, because we didn't get a whole lot of enjoyment at the Summer Games Fest, I don't think.
It was fine. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a good show. Maybe I just enjoyed like hanging out or whatever.
We had the company too, though. We were feeding off each other.
Yeah.
I just want to do one fact check though.
Yeah. Sure.
The main character in Neo is William Adams, a fictionalized version of real-life English navigator that arrived in Japan and became, in the early 1600s, became the world's first Western samurai.
Oh, is that what
Shogun
is about?
He, in the game, they just made him Irish. They're just he's Irish now.
The English had never survived there. Yeah, maybe that might be. That sounds like Shogun.
Yeah, sounds like the
story. Did you ever see Shogun?
The
FX show?
Yes, actually. The
book is great. TV show is yes.
Yeah.
TV show is great. Book's great. They're making a season 2, which made me sad.
Yeah, because there isn't another book.
There isn't another book.
That's the one where they boil the guy, right?
For the
whole day. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, man. People were cruel back in the the old times. So we'll go to Xbox Showcase. Then we'll finish with the Summer Games Fest. But the list of games that we got on the Xbox Showcase, I have my list here. Bear with me.
I got a whole list too. I was taking notes.
Oh, nice. Well, before we get into it, I'm going to announce that myself, Luke, and Chris will be doing a post show today because the Nintendo Direct of Donkey Kong Bonanza was released today, and we're going to give our thoughts. You can check that at patreon.com/the gift of gaming. Yeah, that's the plug. That's it.
That's great.
That's all I got.
Gift of Gaming podcast.
No, patreon.com/just the gift of gaming. Just the gift of gaming. Yeah, and there's no just in there. Don't put in just, you won't find us. Xbox Showcase in no particular order. I won't read this one out first because I think I need to read it out last and why it disappointed me. But we got Persona 4 Revival, a remake or remaster of the classic Atlas RPG. I'm interested to see what it's like. I loved Persona 5, but it was the only one in the series that I've played, so I can't call myself a hardcore Persona fan.
Sure.
We got Keeper, a new adventuring game from Double Fine, which is you control a lighthouse.
Yeah.
You control a lighthouse with a big bird on you, and I think it's just like a little...
You control a lighthouse?
Yeah.
You're a walking lighthouse.
Really?
Yeah.
It was one of the first games announced on the showcase, so you might have just glazed over that.
I don't know what it is, but something about like lighthouses just like it triggers something in my brain. I love lighthouses.
Did you watch?
Did
you watch the movie The Lighthouse?
No.
That would make you not enjoy lighthouses.
Oh,
that is a weird
Wait, is
film.
it spooky?
It's a real.
Yeah, then I would love it more. Then.
William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. It made me feel so weird after. I was one of those movies that I watched and it finished and I sat there and I was like, I don't know how to feel after I watched that movie, which I guess is a success in itself. We got Super Meat Boy 3D, a 3D evolution of the classic platformer. I haven't heard anything about Meat Boy in so long, but I'm delighted that this will exist.
It depends on how they do it. I hope they go in a very like speedrun focused direction with like their world building.
It looks hard as hell, which is all it really needs to be as a Super Meat Boy game.
Did you ever play?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shit out of. I think that was my first like platinum game, maybe.
Really?
I think you probably had it, Luke, before. I think I probably played it on one of your consoles first.
I had it on my laptop actually. I got it I think that was probably the first ever Humble Indie bundle I bought. Had Super Meat Boy in it, and I think it was my first
out of it. Xbox arcade purchase.
Sure,
nice.
That was when
on the 360.
That's when Xbox was like really grinding on the indie devs to try and get stuff on arcade.
And Super Meat Boy, I love it. That I can't remember what that documentary is called, where it follows Team Meat Indie Game. Yeah, that's a great documentary. Great thing to follow them. I love that. The Outer Worlds 2. Yeah. The sequel to the acclaimed sci-fi RPG. Got a deep dive then after the showcase. I didn't really watch that myself.
I didn't stick around.
Did you guys play the Outer Worlds?
I played the start of it twice. The more recent time I stopped was just because I had other stuff to play on Game Pass, and I was like, I'm not gonna. But it never really captured my imagination.
Not like the Outer Wilds did.
Not like the Outer Wilds. The much superior game that came out the exact same month with a very similar name.
Now what the Outer Wilds is about, in a sense.
Okay, good.
I have no idea what the fuck Outer Worlds is about.
It's kind of like
like watching these trailers. It makes me. It kind of looks like Borderlands, maybe.
It's got like Borderlands and I wouldn't say not necessarily BioShock vibes, but it's kind of got
Fallout.
Borderlands and Fallout mixture is a good.
Yeah, it's because it's Obsidian are the studio that did Fallout New Vegas. They're very so the games that they did after have been very Fallout coded. Like Avowed is very Oblivion coded, but gone in their own direction. And Outer Worlds is about like hyper late stage capitalist space colonies, and you go in and you kind of fuck shit up. Sounds really fun and appealing, but then whenever
rich kind of like
you can go that direction, but again, Obsidian has a great history of like really strong writing in its games, and if you do choose to go the eat the rich path, the people will let you know that they're not totally down with that either. So if they really lean on like the nuance of it, it's cool. It's got a lot of the strengths that Obsidian tend to play to, but it's just never totally captured my imagination when I was playing. I don't know why I bounced off.
Loop of that, like when I saw the trailer for the Outer Worlds, the first one, it didn't grab me. But again, I've not been a Fallout or Obsidian player really. They've never been the games of mine.
Now, Outer Worlds, does it take place on like different worlds and stuff?
Yes.
Because
it does.
I fuck with space games, but when it's a space game, like there's other planets and stuff, but there's no actual space. You're just on the planet. I hate that.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's no.
Just keep it on one planet.
I think there's no space. I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 different areas in the game. I'm kind of talking at my ass. I heard someone review the game once.
Tell Luke he's wrong at the giftofgamingpodcast@gmail.com.
Correct me. No, but it's cool. It's, I'm kind of excited that they're going all in on it, and hopefully there was just a lot of things that made me bounce off the first game. Hopefully it just is a more seamless experience in this one, because Avowed didn't review amazingly, but the gameplay actually looked really good.
I watched lots of gameplay of Avowed and I said that's a pity, because couldn't you have a wand in Avowed?
Yeah.
I've been kind of hankering for a wand ever since Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, you can there's some cool systems in Avowed.
Yeah, I think Avowed, like people just got too hung up on comparing it to like older games where we're just like, if I slap any NPC they'll react, but not in Avowed. And just like All right, just don't go around slapping NPCs. Just play the game they tried to build. I might be wrong though. That might not have been avowed, but I remember seeing clips like of that being complaints about a recent game that came out.
After that we got High on Life 2, which is the sequel to the first game from Squanch Games. I don't know.
Third game from Squanch Games.
Yeah, because they have Trover Saves the Universe.
Oh,
and they have a
excuse
Rick
me.
and Morty game as well.
Okay, so this is the fourth game.
No, High on
from
Life.
Squanch Games.
Trover Saves the Universe. I don't think they have a Rick and Morty
They have a
game.
VR Rick and Morty game.
Oh, they do have a VR Rick and Morty game.
Are you sure it's not Trover Saves the Universe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they. Well, there is a VR Rick and Morty game that I don't know if it's Squanch Games. I'm pretty sure it was Squanch Games' first game, and then they did Trover Saves the Universe.
Oh, okay.
Which is
because Trover Saves the Universe might as well be Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
it's all the same voices.
100%.
Well, it's High on Life is exactly like.
Just
I wonder if it still has Justin Roiland though.
No, it doesn't. So he's all out of that Squanch Games things. The people doing the voices would be the guys that got in to do Rick and Morty then thereafter. So I don't think he's a part of Squanch Games. I don't think he's a part of the.
I thought
Rick and Morty
Squanch
team.
Games was his though. I don't know if he.
No, I don't think he's a part of it.
It was,
okay.
but I think he was ousted. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not a great person. I don't know if this needed to be made, but I am happy to be proven wrong. High on Life, the first one was a really interesting game. Niall played it, I think, our friend, and he seemed to really enjoy it. But I don't. To me, the game never screamed, "Let's make a sequel to this." It was so fucking good.
It had some funny parts though. I didn't play it, but there were some clips where there was a big sequence break in the game. And like, because the gun always talks to you, right? That's what we're talking about? Yeah. And the gun starts talking about. He's like, "Oh, you're a speed runner, are you?" Just like it's a very self-aware game. And so apparently these devs knew the sequence break was there, but
they were just like,
I don't know. I thought little like touches like that were pretty fucking funny.
I'm kind of more in Darren's camp. I thought that High on Life bounced off me. I just didn't dig the humor in it, which is weird because I actually love Trover Saves the Universe. I think that's a fucking hilarious game. But the High on Life totally bounced off me, and when I saw this trailer, I was like, "Who asked for this?"
You can apparently you can go around on a skateboard as well, with your Rick and Morty guns. Sure. Resonance, a Plague Tale Legacy, which is a new game set in the world of a Plague Tale. I'm delighted for them. I have not played through a Plague Tale in its entirety at all. I played the first one, never touched the second one.
I played through the first one. It was my first COVID game.
Oh,
True.
And
Yeah,
it was on sale, and I was like, a Plague Tale? That seems fitting for right now.
I like how you went to play Plague Tale, and I was playing The Last of Us Part 2. What a way to make ourselves happily get through this whole...
You know me, I'm not one to pick up like a very heavy narrative-driven game. I really enjoyed Plague Tale. Little on the short side, little on the easy side, but very fun.
Yeah, well put together. We got Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, The Order of Giants, an expansion for the Indiana Jones game featuring a new adventure. I listened to that trailer, and for me, there's probably a little bit too much Troy Baker out in the world of video game voice acting right now. But my God, does that guy do a good Harrison Ford? Holy shit!
He does a good indie. I'm really impressed that this landed less than a year since the game launched.
I think so. So less than a year since it was released onto PlayStation 5, because it only arrived on PlayStation 5 in February. It was Xbox before that, but I
think
don't
it was
know.
only Xbox in December.
Yeah,
and it's coming out. This is coming out in September. So
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even realize it was out. Like the original game.
Really?
Yeah.
It was making waves. Yeah. It's people
seem to really enjoy it. Yeah, it's kind of like captured a different kind of... People seem to like that almost immersive adventure sim.
Yeah.
Because it's first person, very... to me, the gameplay looked a little bit clanky, but I think it's got its own... enjoyable way about it. I don't know if I would play it, but my brother's really excited to play it. He's a big Indiana Jones fan in general, and he thinks this would be right up his street.
Very cool.
This is what I wanted to talk about. It's this next game. Beast of Reincarnation, an action game from Game Freak.
Yeah.
Now, before we go any further, I have given Game Freak so much shit on this podcast because they can't make a good-looking Pokemon game. And I didn't think they had it in them to make a good-looking game.
Now they're trying to challenge Monster Hunter.
But
doesn't make any
Monster Hunter and kind of like Souls games, because it didn't seem like a full Monster... Like, it seemed like it was a very challenging game.
You can't go full Monster Hunter.
No, it'd be pointless.
You have to bring something innovative to it. Because, so many companies have tried that. There was that other one. Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, Wild Hearts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was the other Monster Hunter one. This game looks great.
Looks great though, which is crazy because where the fuck is that kind of attention to a Pokemon game?
Right,
You fucking assholes.
Right,
I hate it. I hate
no,
it.
Chris is right on my side. I was so angry when I saw
So
this.
angry, man. So angry.
I've been the opposite side to both you guys on this the whole length that we've run the podcast. Have never thought it's Game Freak's fault. They're not being let make the game they want to make.
You might be right.
Because
you
Pokemon
might be right now, actually.
No, I had that. You're right. I had that chat with my colleague on work today, and I was kind of saying that it's probably the fact that Nintendo was demanding a Pokemon game a year and probably not giving them the resources.
One every 2 years
Maybe
or so.
this is Game Freak saying, "Hey guys, we can make games. We're just like." We're chained to a fucking wall or something.
And I'm sure Game Freak probably negotiated this opportunity a long time ago with Nintendo to be like, look, we'll keep making your Pokemon
it's on the
games.
Xbox.
No, yeah, but they
what is
probably
happening?
negotiated the opportunity to be like, look, Nintendo, we'll keep making your Pokemon games, so they print money for the Pokemon company and for you, as long as you let us go to whatever publisher we want and make whatever game we want. We have to be allowed to do that as well, or else we're thrown in the towel.
Because the team is so jaded. Making your shitty, awful.
You might be right.
The Pokemon is the biggest video game franchise in the world.
It's the biggest IP in the
none.
world. Never mind video games. It's just fucking.
And they have a formula that has never printed less money every time they do it. So of course they're not going to be allowed to make the game that they want.
Yeah.
And now they have a chance to like flex a little, and I'm excited. I really don't want them to fuck it up.
So I don't think the game, and again, this is maybe me being very, very negative. I don't think the game is going to be phenomenally good. But if it's a 6 or 7 out of 10, I'm going to be like, good for you, Game Freak.
Yeah, totally.
But I hope because looking at this, I was like, shit, like Game Freak, because they're the only ones who are going to make a Pokemon game. Let's face it, no one else is going to be allowed to touch that. I don't think I'm in my lifetime enjoying games. But could you imagine if Nintendo said, fine, all the guys, all the people, not guys, but all the people, guys and girls who played Pokemon Red and Blue when they were kids, and now adults who enjoy like maybe darker, more serious narratives.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead and make a fucking amazing Pokemon game for adults because they will buy that shit. I mean, I'd be right there. First day, give me a proper looking Pokemon game.
Yeah.
It's interesting you said Monster Hunter and Souls because I didn't even think of Souls, but in my head there's always been I've had this dream of a game that is some sort of middle ground between Monster Hunter and Souls because I find the boss fights very similar. Well, but I want something a bit that meets a bit more in the middle with a faster pace, kind of like a Souls game, but with a bit more strategy involved, like the Monster Hunter.
Well, game. I think old Monster Hunter games would have been a bit more similar, like pre-Monster Hunter World. And Monster Hunter World's DLC was difficult, but I think even Monster Hunter games prior to that, where you would have played the ones on the PSP, they were grinds, they were tough, and that those boss fights lasted a long time. Well,
that's the other thing too. I don't want to fight that lasts 20 minutes.
You don't want them? I want them to last 20 minutes.
No, I don't want a 20 minute fight. Fuck that, man. I want a fucking quick boss fight.
Game Freak, I wish you best of luck. Give out to Nintendo and make a goddamn good Pokemon game for the love of God.
I'm just going to put this out there before we move on. So Game Freak have this AAA game coming out. They might be able to prove they can do a banger game or at least a good, decent AAA game. Nintendo still has the pressure on it from Pal World. Another thing that comes up, I don't know if this is in your notes, but Animo, which is like a Pal World clone, basically.
Yeah.
This pressure for a properly developed AAA Pokemon game, plus Game Freak proving that they can make a well-received AAA game, I think it could end up being a perfect storm.
Nintendo has the Switch too now. You can make it perform better too, Yeah. Look, I hope to God you're right.
You could make fucking whatever the last Pokemon game perform better. They just didn't.
I wonder if
just didn't, man. Don't fucking.
I wonder if Disco Elysium could run on the Switch too.
For your sake, man, I hope it can. After Beast Reincarnation, we got fuck you, Nintendo. We got Clockwork Revolution, a steampunk RPG with
this one looks cool as shit.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks like it's got a lot of
steampunk.
Looks like it's got a lot of things that you can do differently in it. In terms of, I think you can control some of your decisions affect the world you step into later on. It looks like you affect the future or the past in some of your decision making and things, which is quite a cool concept. I mean, I can't imagine the narrative tree you'd have to create.
Yeah, it's very ambitious in terms of what they're going for. Not a lot of studios have pulled that off successfully, to the point where when I was watching the gameplay and what they were going for, it sounds like an Arcane game, the guys who made Dishonored. And Arcane they also did Deathloop. They do games like that really, really well. I've not seen
that was the first game I think I played that like the amount of approaches you could take to beating, like actually beating the whole game, blew my fucking mind. Like you could literally make it through the game without killing anybody, or you could kill everybody. Like it at the time, unique. It was crazy.
It felt unique each way.
Yeah.
Arcane absolutely kill it with a really thorough, thought through, like different gameplay branches actually resolve in satisfying ways. And when I was watching this, I was like, this has to be Arcane.
Yeah, because most of the games, they start off like that, and then they just devolve into, like, now you're a stealth archer.
Yeah.
Because that's just the best way to play.
Yeah.
If I had Games Pass in any capacity, Clockwork Revolution would probably be one I'd look at, I think. I really enjoyed the trailer for that. We got Grounded 2, a sequel to the survival game, which is kind of...
one.
No, but what is it? 4 kids get shrunk down and they got to survive against beetles and insects and things. I was like, yeah, it seems fun, but not for me. But it looks like it'd be a really good multiplayer game if you had like 3 friends.
Your brother would love this game because it's one of the best survival crafts out there, and he likes his...
He loves the survival crafts, yeah. Grounded 2, Luke, who is the developer? That is a good question.
I remember being surprised when I saw who it was. It's...
Survival game done by... it's Obsidian.
Yeah, it's Obsidian. Yeah, so they have Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2.
And a third one. That was the joke, I think, because Obsidian makes it, like one game every however many years, but they've got 3 coming out this year. I can't remember what the third one is. We might get there.
Oh... Cat just scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah. He's developed this new thing where he jumps from the tallest part of the balcony just to...
I thought he jumped off the balcony. Fucking that freaked me out, man.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
For the people at home, there is a net. They're like, it can't.
He can't jump off the balcony. I care for the animals, don't worry. We got Chronos: The New Dawn, a survival horror game from Bluebird team. Set to release in the fall.
Yeah, and this isn't a remake, which is great. Like, Bluebird... Wait, is it a remake? Bluebird usually only remakes or remasters.
Are you thinking of Blue Point? I think of Blue Point. Blue Point did the first Bloodborne or Dark Souls, and they did Shadow of the Colossus and things like that. This is Bluebird's separate team. I think it's a brand new
Bluebird
game.
There's a game I'm playing right now that it's not System Shock. It's something else.
What else did we get? We got Aphelion, a sci-fi adventure game from Don't Nod. I can't think of what that was. Like, No Ghosts at the Grand, a new game with a reveal trailer.
I want to play that. That looks cool.
No Ghosts at the Grand. Where is, if I can find that one?
No Ghosts at the Grand was like this first person. It looked like it could have been like one of those almost like Hotel Tycoon from a first person, but then there's this like spooky story backdrop to it.
Yes. Yeah, that actually looks like it was fun.
Great, and the voice acting looked great, and the visuals were really cool. That captured my eye in a big way.
Bluebird does a lot of remasters, or were these games original? Holy shit! Am I just figuring this out now?
Bluebird did Silent Hill 2 remake.
Bluebird
they did.
Okay.
But they do a lot of horror games like Layers of Fear, Medium, and the other one, Observer. I think I'm playing like Observer Redux right now or something.
Moving on to that, we got Age of Mythology Retold, Heavenly Spear, an expansion for the Age of Mythology remake. Mudang, Two Hearts.
That trailer was really cool.
Which one was that again?
It showed the different. I think it was like based in Korea, and it looked like you were following this like Spec Ops mission. And
Mudang?
It had a bit of a Siphon Filter vibe about it. That old PlayStation 2 game. Yeah, I know the one now.
And then it cut to like the blue-haired girl in the crosswalk, like in the exact same perspective though, like just this harsh cut.
Yeah.
And it's like it looks like you play as like 4 different players taking part in the same world where there's all these like OPSEC stuff going on.
Sure, like the stories probably interlink in some fashion. Maybe.
The trailer was really cool. I can't remember exactly the wording, but I remember there was this quote in it where I was like, oh, this is great. They know what they're doing. So that looks exciting.
Mudang, the world's most favorite hippo.
Yep. It's also the hippo. That's what I was really excited, and then I saw the name and I was like, oh no, the hippo game.
Such a bad choice of name.
I recently saw a picture of Mudang, and he is no longer a baby hippo.
Oh, he's not tiny?
No.
Oh my god, he grew up. A hippo grew big.
I thought he was like a pygmy hippo.
No, he is a pygmy hippo, but he's no longer a teeny tiny pygmy hippo. He's like an adolescent.
But I don't think it was like, because we get teeny tiny hippos all the time. We could just breed them. I think it was his personality that made him a star, wasn't it? Like, as long as he still has that, then he's the Mudang we love.
Next week's episode of the podcast is a deep dive into Mudang.
It's
not the video game.
This is slowly just going to devolve into National Geographic.
I'd be okay with that.
Or just like video game Geographic.
Yeah.
We talk about Moogles and Chocobos and
Please,
shit.
God, because I do not have the kind of expertise to do a proper National Geographic. I like birds.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. I'm gonna like a bunch, read through a bunch of these because we are approaching time, and I don't even know if we'll have time to go into Summer Games Fest, but we'll see. Stop me if there's anything you want me to talk about. Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf, the sequel to the award-winning puzzle adventure game. Solo Leveling, Arise Overdrive, a new game based on the popular
MMO
webtoon. Yeah,
doesn't even make sense.
Anemo, a creature collecting action RPG.
That's interesting, just because it looks like I said, it looks like a Pal World clone.
Yeah,
it's also called a Nemo, which is really close to Amiibo.
Yeah. Nintendo. We got another lawsuit coming.
Legal team assemble.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say on?
No, that's all. That's all.
There was also the like just stealth. Hey, here's the Xbox handheld.
I'm getting that, Chris.
Oh, I thought
that was going to be the big moment. No, I'm getting that.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, God.
Spoiler alert.
Building this whole Xbox showcase. Yeah, they have a handheld. We might as well talk about it. No, I'll get to that in a second. We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. We also got Gears of War Reloaded, a new Gears of War game and a multiplayer beta, I guess.
It's a remake of Gears of War 1.
Oh, so it shouldn't say a new Gears of War game. That is incorrect. Invincible VS, a new game from Skybound Games based on the popular comic book series.
Completely overshadowed by Token Souls.
Absolutely, but still interesting that we're getting so many fighting games. The one thing I will question on that is the roster. I'm like, there's not that many. Well, there's bunches, tons of heroes, but in the trailer they had like 3 Viltrumites.
Yeah, and like 4 of the Invincible.
Is there tons of heroes? Like most of them just die in the first episode.
Yeah, there's loads of heroes, but they don't last very long. And
exactly.
But in the trailer, it made me worry because I was like, you do have a massive roster of heroes, but they only showed Invincible, Eve. I can't remember what her like superhero name is, and then 3 Viltrumites, Adam Eve, and then 3 Viltrumites. I was like, okay, that's not exactly.
I hope they put the blue clone guy in, and he's a puppet fighter, like puppet archetype. So you could like have clones out there fighting for him.
That'd be cool. Then we got Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is finally coming to the Xbox, as is Final Fantasy 16.
That day.
Yeah.
Like, it was just shadow dropped.
Yeah, which is so cool. And I'm glad Xbox finally got it because it's such a great game. Everybody should experience it. And then we got, get this, guys, no spoilers, they showed the Xbox handheld. Oh.
Didn't see that coming.
No, didn't see that coming. The ROG Ally.
No, because we talked about it on this podcast that it was canceled.
So interesting. I think Xbox themselves, Microsoft Xbox,
were going
supposedly
to
build their own, but I guess they might have scrapped that because they got into the ROG
I didn't
Ally.
care when I heard this. I was like, oh my God, it's just another fucking Asus. The garbage company. Don't buy Asus.
Did you like the look of the handheld at all, guys?
I thought it looked like ass. But who knows what apparently ergonomically it feels quite good, but I think it looks awful.
I did not think it looked good, man.
Like, how are you going to improve on the Steam Deck?
I think
Steam Deck is so great ergonomics.
How are you going to improve on the PlayStation Portal? It's just a controller with a screen.
Well,
fair.
I follow a guy, Retro Game Core. It's a great YouTube channel. Just talks about like mostly handheld stuff and mostly emulators. But he was one of the people who got his hands on this, and he commented that it looks like they were kind of going for what PlayStation were going for with the Portal in terms of like it is literally just Xbox handles for the side, and then like a screen in the middle. But it's a thick old screen. Like it's a big one.
I guess like the advantage the Portal has, and it's also kind of its downfall in a sense that it is just a streaming device. It's not capable of downloading and playing anything off its own back because there's nothing in it apart from Wi-Fi. You know.
Yeah, that adds to the sleekness of the form factor.
I thought you could. No. Oh no! Put it down.
You can play cloud games now, like stream cloud games. So we can't download. There's no memory on it or anything like that. I don't think, guys, we really have time to pop into the Summer Games Fest. Yeah, we're kind of approaching.
While we're here, can we talk a little bit about the ROG Xbox Ally? Yeah,
absolutely, we can. Yeah,
because I was pretty bummed when this was announced first because I had recently seen a tech comparison test between the Steam Deck. I'm trying to remember the company. One of the new handhelds, not ROG, another one. I think it was Lenovo. Yeah, the Lenovo Legion handheld. One running SteamOS and one running Windows, like just vanilla Windows.
Yeah.
And the SteamOS one blew the vanilla Windows one out of the water.
Yeah,
and
that's
both have the same specs. because the Windows was like
And
so
Windows
close-
is Windows. It's bloated
Windows
as fuck.
OS is so
Steam
bloated.
OS is not only is
Built
it
for that.
Linux, it's Arch Linux, which is just it's streamlined.
Very
It
streamlined.
does exactly what it needs to do. It can't do anymore because you haven't installed that.
Exactly.
It's-
But then I found out that the Xbox ROG Ally is going to be running a proprietary OS that Microsoft are building just for Xbox games.
Microsoft is, and over the past few years, they've been increasingly more and more Linux oriented, or like not oriented, but like promoting it.
Right.
Like you can actually like install Linux, like a second boot through Windows. Like they make it
used to-
super easy. Yeah,
I think Mac
Linux
used to
through
have
Windows or something.
Mac
like
used
that,
to have
yeah.
one of those, but it was because Mac
Well,
is
Mac
Unix.
Mac is Unix. Yeah, so it's
but,
super
but
easy.
that,
But
that's
like,
that's cool. That is encouraging. The fact that Windows were specifying like an Xbox OS for this gave me a lot of hope that like it wouldn't have. They understand that a Windows OS would have clutter and would slow things down and wouldn't perform next to the Steam Deck. And then the last thing I saw was that there's like a Switch app button on it, which is for literally like you can have one of the apps that you can run on it is Steam. Like that,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that can run natively in this OS.
the problem though is this is going to introduce a new operating system to the world that is now like kernel level anti cheats, and it's
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of warm up to get to a point where we can play a lot of. If you're into online games, I'd imagine they're all just going to get you banned immediately playing on this, just because companies aren't ready for accepting these new OSs.
Okay.
I mean, I've been banned from
Interesting.
tons of games
so
just by playing Linux.
So you reckon that this to be a case where you would only be playing games, or in terms of comfortably playing games without getting banned or anything like that, that exists solely within the Xbox infrastructure?
Nope.
They'll kick you off too.
No, single player games. It's pretty much anyone who like. There's the big one right now is called Easy Anti Cheat, which every time you play like Call of Duty, it's probably running on your Xbox and stuff like, or your PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. But it's kind of another layer. It's software that like boots before the game, and it just monitors everything you're doing to make sure you're not running any like cheat engines and stuff. But every now and then they'll roll out a release, and if it's not configured properly, it's just like, oh, this guy's on Linux, so he's just banned from playing this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you reckon this new OS is going to
Yeah.
slip through the cracks? or not
Everyone,
slip through
like
the
all
cracks?
these companies are perfectly comfortable. Like, they make sure Windows first, and so maybe they will with this, and they just it's Linux that never gets the attention. But
Maybe Windows will like flex their experience. Like again, like this is what we talked about.
it won't be big enough yet though, because
Sure.
there'll only be like a few thousand people that own this thing.
Yeah, there could be some teething problems in the beginning for sure. I think if it is a problem, I'd like to hope that it isn't a problem for a long time, just because, well, like this is not a gambit from Microsoft, but we talked before about how this is like has always been Xbox's like trump card. This was their ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Where they're like, well, like guys, we're the guys who make computers, so why can't we?
Yeah, so why can't we just get a Steam app on our console?
Exactly. So
It's going to change a lot.
It will. It'll be interesting. I'd say one of the things I'm anticipating, because it's a kind of a bespoke OS, Steam OS does have, or playing things on your Steam Deck does always have the obstacle of, most of the time has the obstacle of seeing whether they're Steam OS, verified or supported.
Steam Deck verified, isn't it?
Steam
Yeah,
support,
compatible,
yeah.
and even there's a lot more games that are compatible that you don't even realize. You just have to. There's this thing called Proton DB, which is another reason why Easy Anti-Cheat just kind of hates this. Is it's this back-end kernel that's like developed by communities, and they go through all the pain of figuring out how to get a game running on Linux, right?
Right.
So it just installs all these libraries for you and optimizes the system to play these games.
So
It's completely entirely. It's not even built by Steam. I might be wrong there. I don't think it's built by Steam. I think it's built by a community, and then it was Steam is just like, fuck yes, let's put that into our system.
And are you saying, Luke, that you were disappointed by all this because they've chosen to run this new OS instead of what was when they compared the Legion Steam?
I'm excited by this.
Oh, okay.
That was my point. Sorry, I didn't make that clear.
Yeah, I went off on the tangent. Easy any cheat. Sorry, my bad.
No, I'm excited by this because the fear of mine was that I'd be running just a vanilla OS system and there would be so much overhead. They're aiming to run like a streamlined Xbox OS for this. Hopefully that takes out the overhead. Hopefully it does perform well. Hopefully Steam does integrate. There's a lot of like maybes. There's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
But it could be
Steam.
It could be a big move.
What would be really fun? Is it
I just don't want to. I don't want a handheld. I just want Xbox to do this with an actual powerful console.
Oh sure.
Is this something, Luke, as an Xbox fan who enjoys Xbox and Games Pass and everything, is this something, I know it looks ass, is this something let's say if you had the money tomorrow, if it was offered to you tomorrow, is it something that you would consider purchasing and playing?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't think so, no, because I have a Steam Deck.
It'd be funny.
Kind of
You'd have a Switch, a Steam Deck, and a portable fucking Xbox.
Yeah. No, I don't think it is something I get tomorrow, which is like a problem for Xbox. It also doesn't, like, as an Xbox fan, it doesn't, any console move that Xbox makes going forward doesn't really make sense for their overall strategy of Xbox is going to be the thing that plays on everything. And it's like, okay, why are you still making consoles then? Why are you still getting us to buy these like really expensive consoles? They have these two contradictory goals in Xbox. Jeff hits on this all the time where it was like, we're not moving away from consoles, but you're going to be able to play Xbox on your phone. You're going to be able to play on whatever. And we're like, okay, so why are we still buying your consoles? Like, what's...
But the thing, I think this is just like training wheels or like proving grounds right here, is they're trying to now get a console to work with two different like clients, right?
Yeah.
So they're just making sure like this is going to be the progression to like how do we make Xbox as an app mesh with another apps. First it's going to be Steam, then it's probably going to be Epic Game Store, to be perfectly honest.
Yep.
And then, you know, maybe they'll figure out just like, hey, PlayStation, we figured out how to get our app on your console, and Nintendo's never going to get involved. And
it's funny because if you had spoken to me like 2 years ago, I always felt that, maybe even 3, I always felt that Nintendo and Microsoft or Xbox had the better relationship than PlayStation and Xbox.
They definitely did.
Yeah, but it seems to be this thing where Xbox is like, the one thing I get what you're saying, Luke. I hope Xbox continue to make consoles only for there to be a competitive market in consoles, because the guy who left, I can't think of his name, he was the CEO of Sony. He retired there recently. I think it was him who said, and correct me if I'm wrong, emails, let me know, but the quote was something like, the competition of other consoles made us strive to innovate and be better. The first problem I saw was that when the PlayStation 5 Pro came out, it was the first time that PlayStation released a Pro model of something in the middle of a console generation where Xbox didn't. There was no Pro from Xbox. Switch doesn't do that. So it released, and it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, it's impressive, but it hasn't blown me away. And also, it's fucking crazy money. But of course, they can charge it. There's no competition. They're not going to be beaten by someone who has something that's cheaper. And my worry is that if Xbox leaves the console era, I think that would be bad for Xbox in a sense and bad for Sony.
Well, Sony can't go up too much because then it's just going to be competing with PC prices, and then you're at the point of
that is the next ceiling actually. I'd like to think that Xbox will keep being competitive. It's just again, it's the contradictory goals.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I could get this ROG Ally, and then I could take advantage of Xbox's amazing cloud streaming service, and then why did I buy like a €600 portable console, like a really powerful fucking Xbox Steam Deck to stream games to it? Like, it doesn't, none of it makes sense, and no one can make it make sense for me. So I don't know, I'm confused, and I'm probably not going to buy it.
It's not a good sign for Xbox. No. Based on those state of plays and Xbox showcase, I think when we get to maybe when we do our June news episode, we might touch upon maybe what we liked from the Summer Games Fest. We'll talk about that a little bit. We had a fun time. We all met up here.
I can't even remember.
No, it was a while ago. But out of those kind of the two showcases that we kind of talked about today, the state of play and the Xbox showcase, are you excited about what's coming this year and next year?
I actually am. Yeah, it's they're still pushing the ante. Like there's still a lot of buzz. There's still a lot of stuff happening in Xbox. Sounds like a couple of cool things with PlayStation as well. Games are, even though game studios have been in a bad place for a while, the game industry still feels healthy as a consumer. So I'm excited.
Chris?
It's all right.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for what is very obviously PlayStation's move into the fighting genre. I'm like, cool. As a guy who's enjoyed fighting games, I wouldn't call myself a what would you say?
That whole project is. I mean, I don't know how well. It's because they own Evo. PlayStation is kind of stamped on there. It's all Arc Sys. Don't give PlayStation credit for what it's going to be. This masterpiece.
Well, the controller as well is what Darren's.
No, I just mean the fact that like they're putting themselves.
Oh, you're talking about the fight stick. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Marvel.
It's all of it.
The fight sticks. The fact that Sony is kind of is owns Evo now, and I was worried for Evo when that first happened. I was like, are Sony going to take away from it? But they seem to be kind of leaning into it a little bit, which I appreciate as a person who enjoys fighting games for the most part. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Great games there. Lots of stuff. No Kingdom Hearts 4. Fuck you, Sony. Fuck you, Xbox. Fuck you, Summer Games Fest. We'll get it at some point. But Chris and Luke, it's been a pleasure to have you guys on. Yeah. We're going to watch some Donkey Kong and talk about it in the post show. Check out patreon.com/the gift of gaming. And until next time, listeners, keep enjoying the gift that is gaming. Oh, wait. As always and forever. Oh, can't forget that part. As always and forever, keep enjoying the gift that is gaming. Peace out.